Salutations, dear viewers. You're on with NeXeN of the Vast Nexus, and welcome to Let's Play Super Metroid. It's important to note that recharge stations only replenish Samus's basic missiles. Specifically, the missile reloaders, not the recharge stations. Those replenish her energy. Your super missiles and power bombs are only restored either at the ship or with pickups. Keep that in mind. Okay, I had trouble with this last time, too. There we go. Less trouble this time. I mean, usually you can just shine spark to that hole and then you don't have that problem, but it hasn't been cooperating. The real problem is coming up. And I'm not even talking about this lava-flooded section. Allow me to describe it to you as we approach it. There will be two missile tanks on either end of blocks that can only be destroyed by standing on them. The problem, there's two sets of those blocks, so if you don't stand right in the middle and time everything perfectly, you have to come back through here later. Back through this acid-filled, monstrous mess. Fun. And another energy tank. Samus is getting very tanky. I mean, not really. We're not even at 50% yet. She gets 2 bars of that, if you can't tell. The auto kind of gives it away. It's pointing in 2 different spots. Ugh, acid. Get out of here. Is it acid? Is it lava? Who knows? Who cares? It's Metroid. It's a hazard. Like pretty much everything else you'll encounter. Okay, here we are. So the trick is to slowly advance until you trigger the first set of blocks, and then very carefully maneuver... between them, yes. Okay, good execution on that one. Doesn't always go my way that way. There may have been a... usually there'd have to be a cut there, because I messed it up. And 2 missile tanks for the price of 1. When executed possibly? Oh, we're just inventing all sorts of fun new words. So yeah, if you fall all the way through, you ain't getting back up. Those things seal up right behind you. Oh, this seems familiar. Where am I? Oh, there we go. Oh, and now we can damage them with our beams. If you'll recall, these guys needed missiles before. Now they just go down like wimps. Okay, and down we go. Back into the green area of Brinstar. And yet, we will be collecting even more power-ups before we return to Norfair to blow out the passageway we were originally supposed to go to in the first place. But you need the power bomb. I'm actually cutting down on backtracking with these sequence breaks and the meta strategy here. The interesting part is, I didn't so much... Okay, you need speed booster to get past those. I didn't so much, read somebody else's walkthrough as I did compile my own from information on... I'd love to tell you what Metroid fan website it was, but I don't remember the name offhand. Okay, hang on. And the secret room with another missile power-up. And here's where the devious part comes in. Are you ready for it? Hidden in the same room. I don't know if you'd call that the power-up not being marked, or the power-up being marked and hidden by the other one that's in the exact same room, but yeah. Devious. But yeah, they listed where all of the items were and how to get to them. The problem was there was no specific order as to, how to get them during the natural course of play. They had a walkthrough of how to go through the game, and that you could pick up item this at this location, but it didn't specifically describe where to get that item at that location. So I ended up having to compile the whole thing myself, and it's extremely detailed, like most of my work, showing my analytical personality. which is apparently boring for all of you. Can intelligence not be entertaining? My goodness. Everybody would just prefer I scream at the screen, like during Resident Evil 3. Well, then again, nobody watched Resident Evil 3 because it was too long! Oh, hang on. Yep, being a dum-dum again. I suppose I shouldn't call my viewing audience out, but they say you should engage with your viewing audience. Well, this is me engaging with you by calling you out. Sorry about that. Everybody hop on. Boom. Okay, timing on this one is also critical. Alright, so I'm safe up to here. That's 4 blocks removed. Got it. Yes, if you just try running straight for it, you fall into a pit that you can't come back out of. And I mean you can't come back out of. You can't wall jump or anything. So we get an energy tank, we get a super missile tank. Big upgrade there. Love super missiles. Never get enough of them. I think that's it for this room. Just drop a power bomb to check. Yep, we're good. We're good. So yeah, if you just run through, whoop, and now you're down here. Save. Okay, that's a bit of a glitch. The shot doesn't register at point blank, or if her gun arm is going through whatever she's shooting at, I should say. I hate these things. I really do. And now we meet the Etecoons, which are adorable, and listen to what they sing. It's the item fanfare. I love it. That's just such a cute thing. And they teach you how to wall jump, because it's the only way you're getting out of here. I mean, I suppose you could bomb jump, but that would be really a pain. And there's a power bomb. Smashing! Yeah, I guess the Etecoons just like jumping around. Because they deliberately drop themselves back down. So they can go back up again. Well, thanks for the tip. Already knew it. Okay, if I fall down the shaft, I won't be able to get back up, so let's not do that. And right after the Etecoons, we meet the Dachora. Or is this supposed to be Dachora? Does it matter? I don't think so. Now the trouble here is that you really need to build up a Shine Spark on this side of the room, which means dealing with them. Then you do that. And another long shaft, this time capped off with speed booster blocks, so you can't just jump through. There's the Dachora and, I assume, her egg. Unless the male's the one roosting. And this little gal teaches you how to use the Shine Spark, which we also already knew. I mean, I already knew. Don't know about the rest of you. Okay, so we got a few things here that we can get, and we are going to. Well, don't get yourself stuck. I want that super missile. Thank you. Just wipe all of these things out. This is another one that's supposed to require the use of the grapple and the wave beam. Luckily, we have wall jumping and bomb jumping. Although, if you bomb that area above the spikes, you'll end up falling in, so you can't really bomb jump there. And we get another energy tank. I don't remember if there's another power-up hidden somewhere in this room, so I'll guess I'll just pop another power bomb then. Nope. Got plenty of those things. Okay, now we're going to go back up to the area we used sequence breaking to get through before. We're going to do it again. But this time, we're going to drop a power bomb right here. And what do you know? Another hidden area. I hate these hoppers. So, if I remember correctly, this little gap, or this little area encircled by gaps, another thing. So yeah, we get a lot on this little backtracking run. Little sequence break here, little sequence break there, you know how it is. We will have to come back through this area a third time to get all that remains. But we don't have to worry about that just yet. We don't have the right equipment anyway. We need the gravity suit, which we don't have. So now you can start to see we're going back where we were. But there is more yet to grab. First of all, well, what was there? Oh yeah, we can't actually go there yet. We need the grapple beam. That requires the grapple beam. Oh, come on, Samus. Get in there. Ah! Okay. Meridia. Not looking forward to that again. I'm very much not looking forward to that again. Okay, so before we go back into Brinstar, we now have the critical elements we need, with a sequence break, word of buyer beware, to get the last item in Kraid's area. Normally you'd have to wait till you had the spring ball. But we have the bomb jump, so we don't have to worry about that. Now, for those of you who might be curious, there is no ledge grab in this game. That was introduced in Fusion and subsequently placed retroactively in AM2R and Zero Mission and everything else. So we need the power bomb. And we're through. Last power-up in Kraid's area. We never have to come back here again. Okay, so now it's back to Norfair proper, where we can advance to face another one of the sub-bosses, Crocomire, who left a bizarrely enduring impression on a lot of players, even though it's kind of a minor boss. I think that might relate to the way Crocomire goes out. When we get there, you'll see exactly what I mean. Of course, first we have to actually get there. So we're going to take the same route we took to get the ice beam. But now we have the power bomb, so... Whoop. Now, I don't remember. Was this it? Oh yeah, this was it. Here's another one of those power-ups that you're going to hate. Now, first of all, don't run in this room. You'll fall straight off this ledge. Oh, come on. Okay, the only way I can pull this off now is with a flawless wall jump. Already going to shit. Yep. Oh no, I swore. Yeah, because every single one of these floor panels is going to do that to you. It's going to collapse immediately. Well, that's disappointing. I'll have to come back for that one. No, I'm not breaking the game. The speed booster is meant to be that awesome. So remember, viewers, I have to come back here to get that thing that I missed. The last time I did this, I got it first try, and then this garbage happens. Of course. Okay, if I remember correctly, this just leads to another part of... Yeah, this just leads to another part of Norfair. There's Crocomire. Yeah. Quit raging, Crocomire. Knock it off. I will end you. Face my wrath. Ow, no, stop it. So you might have noticed you can't actually damage him. You're just pushing him back. Push him back far enough. And it's acid form. I'm melting, I'm melting. Yeah, stop melting and melt. Watch the bubbles. The bubbles are important. Huh, we can't go this way, there's a bunch of spikes. I wonder what that is. Oh well. Cheap jump scare! And that's why Crocomire left an impression. He literally dies in an acid bath only to come back as a skeleton and fall apart as soon as he breaks open a wall. I don't know, it was like 94 and it was Nintendo. They were just pulling stuff out of a hat at this point. Okay, we don't need you yet. We're gonna go get the grapple beam, which we need to go into the crashed ship, which is our next stop. Once we have the grapple beam, that is. So I'm just gonna crack that open, because there's a power-up on the other side of this, if memory serves, as it usually does. Yep. Solitary missile tank. Now, you might have remembered in Zero Mission, I played that on the hard difficulty. Metroid Fusion also had different difficulties, but not in the American release, only in the Japanese version. For some reason. I don't know if the American one was stuck at normal, or hard, or whatever the deal was there, but yeah. Super Metroid, on the other hand, does not have any difficulty settings. It's just the game as is. Which is fine. I really don't care. Now, we're going to do something else that's not a sequence break, because it's a thing you're supposed to get here, but we're getting it in a way that they did not originally intend. Because it's a lot easier. My god. Okay, nope. Gotta do that again. Okay. Just 1,000 messes. Yep, that's so much easier than trying to grapple on that ripper that's just going back and forth at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Luckily, damage to fluid, acid damage or whatever, does not actually disrupt your Shine Spark in this game, unlike the sequels. Now, we don't actually want to do a proper Shine Spark there. We want to do a jump off the ramp. And we make it to the grapple beam. I don't think this was reintroduced until, like, Metroid Prime 3. I mean, it's kind of a limited utility when you have the space jump. Then you can just fly wherever you want to go. But that's the thing. That's probably why it was put back into Metroid Prime, because in Metroid Prime, your space jump only lets you jump like 3 times in a row, because otherwise you break all the maps. It's a 3D environment. A 2D environment is easier to inherently limit the player's free agency. It's a lot harder to do that when they can go in any dimension, any direction. Nope. There we go. And we need the grapple beam for this part. Huh. Like, a lot of this game, if you're going for 100%, is just running around collecting stuff. I mean, nobody complained when Slender the 8 Pages did it. Of course, they complained years later that, my god, why was that so popular? I don't know, man, it's the internet. The new philosophy, why does the internet do anything? So it is possible to build up a Shine Spark here, and then... Nope. Yeah, executing a sideways Shine Spark in this game is a little tricky. Now, yes, I could have just grappled here, and yes, I'll be grappling back, but it's quicker just to use the Shine Spark to get over here. The grapple beam can misbehave, as you just saw. Ow. Also, this game drains your health while you're Shine Sparking. They did not have that in the other installments. Now we have to go back this way, because it's a power-up we can only get if we go this direction. Oh, and I was a dum-dum. I forgot that that wasn't a jump, that's a grapple. Yeah, I don't like using the grapple beam, to be honest. Like I said, it has a tendency to misbehave. And getting a hang of Samus's momentum is a nightmare in and of itself. And this is why we had to approach from this direction, because blue button doors can be opened with a simple wave beam from either side, but if they require a super missile, you can only get them from the necessary side, because super missiles will not pass through solid objects. Just letting you know. Now that is the Norfair map room, if I'm not mistaken. We could have come down here before we went in the other area, but I knew where I was going. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you'll come back for the rest, and as always, fare thee well.